Hey there, Guildies. This is the Adventurers Guild. I'm Steve.
Still Jesse.
And I have previously stated that I don't like Arcade1Up arcade machines.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I said in a different video, this.
I've never owned an Arcade1Up machine before. Not that I don't like them, but I prefer real. Not to sound conceited or whatever, but like I prefer like the regular real arcade machine.
So, funny story. In that same video, I made a comment that I own an Arcade1Up machine, but it's that coffee table, the Infinity game table, which I made an exception for because it wasn't a replica arcade machine. It was its own thing, and it's really nice. The games are fun. It's a blast to play with my family.
And it's a coffee table.
Now, in a previous video, I showed you guys that I bought a claw machine. And I had this space to the left of the claw machine. Not a whole lot of room, nothing big enough for a full-size arcade machine. I didn't want to reorganize my basement yet again. So I was like, well, what can I get that would be fun? I don't want to get a regular arcade machine because I have a ton of them already, and they're regular arcades. I do like driving machines. I play my San Francisco Rush a lot. The Ridge Racer machine, actually the Outrun machine, looks like a lot of fun. So I looked into the Outrun machine. It's a little bit of an older machine that Arcade1Up makes. And it looked okay, but I couldn't find any in stock. People had complained that the games weren't that much fun because it's pretty much just Outrun and Outrun 2, which get old pretty quickly.
I dated a girl named Outrun 2.
But they also had a Ridge Racer machine. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I bought Ridge Racer. Here it is.
So I figured you were like, how can I get a driving machine like the one I have down here, but smaller? And that's what you did. Your story makes a lot more sense.
But after assembly, it took me about an hour and a half to put it together. Really? I probably could have
as much as they are, they didn't come together already?
Well, they come in a small... Look, that would be a really awkward box to assemble.
Well, yeah, I want an awkward box.
The point is, after about an hour and a half, I could have done it faster if I knew what I was doing, but, that's the first one I ever built. So I did it a little slower than usual. Put it together, played it. It's actually really fun. It's well built.
Oh.
I will say that I have seen older Arcade1Up machines, like the first run, like the first year they did, where the marquees weren't light up, where the build quality was a little crappier. But I think as they've matured their manufacturing and things like that, they've come a long way. The wheel quality is extremely nice. It has force feedback.
Ooh.
The machine, it's obviously it's particle board, but it's held together well. Like, it's very sturdy on the ground. It's not extremely well manufactured MDF, like weighs 250 pounds like a regular arcade machine. This probably weighs 50 pounds, made of particle board, but it's built nicely. It's a really nice replica cabinet. The artwork is really nice. The marquee lights up extremely evenly all the way across. A lot of people with Arcade1Ups complain that the older marquees would be like really wonky in the way they're coloring all the marquees look. This looks perfect. The screen is beautiful. The only complaint I have is about the gas pedal and the brake pedal, because they're made of plastic. If they had been made of aluminum, I would have liked it a little bit more. But I don't stomp on the gas, and I don't stomp on the pedals anyway. And honestly, I never use the brake pedal, so really it's the gas pedal. And I can probably replace that with like an aluminum covering or whatever for it that might make it a little nicer. But either way, it works great. The shifter is nice. So
yeah.
No more chatty. Now let's play E.
I have a question, because I want to chatty.
Okay.
Okay, so I know these things are normally short, and it looks like you have the extender thing for it?
It comes with it.
Really?
Yeah, because this is a stand-up racer. It has to be on the pedestal.
Gotcha.
You can't play this not on it. It wouldn't work.
That's my question.
Yep, correct.
Okay,
so
that's it.
We're now going to move the camera in, and Jesse is going to give it a shot.
Oh, man.
Okay, guys, so this is the main screen of the Ridge Racer Arcade. So this is a newer Arcade1Up, so it has the live functionality. So basically that's just a fancy way of saying you can save your high scores and compete with other people online. It's not online multiplayer, but it shows you other people's high scores that you can try to beat. So
Oh, like that person.
correct.
And this person.
So this machine comes with Ridge Racer, Ridge Racer 2, Ace Driver Victory Lap, Rave Racer. So there's 5 games on here.
Rave Racer.
We're gonna have Jesse play Ace Driver because I think it's A, the most forgiving, and B, in my personal opinion, the most fun game on here. So go ahead and hit the gas pedal.
Vroom.
Okay, here we go. This is some Ace Driver gameplay. And I do have one other very mild complaint about the machine. And that's
When
the
somebody like me that plays it, that's ginormous to begin with, it makes it look even more tiny.
Well, you're standing in a way that's friendly for the camera, so it's not really probably as annoying if you were standing in a more normal position.
You know darn well, if I was in front of this machine, I'd block it out like the sun.
Well, this is true. So the other complaint I have about this machine is the sound quality is a little wonky. It's fine, and you can plug in external speakers to it if you want to improve the sound quality, but it's not quite as nice as I would have expected. But the screen is great. You can hear it fine. I mean, these games aren't setting any records with their incredible sound as it is anyway. So for what it is, it's fine. But the gameplay is solid.
You're solid.
What do you think about the force feedback?
It feels good.
It's surprisingly strong,
Yeah,
right?
it feels good.
So you've never played this before, so let's hear for the rest of the race. Let's hear your honest input.
For what it is and what one-up arcades are shooting for, you know, the collector of arcades that might not have the money to go out and buy, original arcade cabinets.
Or the room, not
Or
just
the-
the money, but the room.
Can I
also.
finish my darn statement? I'll kick you in the shin. No, you're absolutely right. But not have the room, or more than that, sometimes the resources. Like, you tell me often you do all the work yourself on these.
Right.
If I were to buy an original arcade machine and it didn't work, I'd been crap out of luck with my money because I don't know anything about fixing stuff. I don't know a motherboard, from a microchip. I don't know any of that stuff. So it is neat because and I'm sure you get a warranty with these because the company's still very much active. So if anything were to go wrong, I'm sure they'd fix it up to a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the warranty on these are, but I know that there is a warranty initially, and they also sell replacement parts. So
Yeah, and I'm sure if worst came to worst, you would just have, your wife call and she'd be like, "Excuse me," they do it for you anyway. But they're neat. Like I said, the only complaint I still have, and they're meant for average size, human beings, and I'm not an average size human being. I'm a large man. So it's I can feel it hurting my neck.
Well, here's a picture of you playing it right now. So let's let the viewers decide if that is in fact the case.
Thank you. But it's neat. It's cool. I'll come over and play it in your basement, but I don't think I would. The only one-up arcade, and I just told you about this off camera because we talked. Meanwhile, is the Turtles one, just because I love the Turtle arcade games. But the fact that I'm going to be able to get them soon, anyway, on the collection on the Switch, wouldn't get it.
Right.
So this is really for the collector that has room. This is for the in-between collector, not somebody like you, not somebody like me that doesn't really not into this. Somebody that's like, I want an arcade in my basement, but I don't might have the room or finances to get like old cabinets. Because like I said, it's cool. Like I love coming down to your basement and bringing my kids and being like, look around at all the stuff we'll never have. That's a joke. Did it?
Yeah,
No, it's good.
Hilarious.
I got second
That was
place.
pretty good.
Yeah, I won. I did it. That's first place basically. Although Ricky Bobby says if you're not first, you're last.
True. So I do have an interesting comment to make about the pricing thing.
Okay. This was like 5,000.
This was 700. These
I was close.
These are actually moving up in price. Like every new generation, they seem to get more expensive. Like the original ones were like $300. These are like $700. So they're actually slowly catching up to the price of used full-size arcades.
Well, that was going to be my question. So what is, like, you have the San Francisco Rush, whatever that thing is.
I paid $900 for that.
And look how much more you got with that.
Yeah.
I'd show a picture in the comments.
Here's a picture of it.
Yeah. Versus this. Like I said, it's neat. And I get what you're saying because, like, on a smaller scale, I collect figurines like a nerd, and if I have an empty space, I go crazy and I do everything I can to fill that up really quickly. So I get why you did it, and it's really cool. And even my kids were over the other day, and they're like, "Oh, look, Daddy, this is really neat." Because yes, me and Steve hang out, and our kids play together. But when I saw it, I was like,
So, I think a big part of this, and going back to the price catching up to used older arcade machines, is the convenience factor. I don't think it's the money so much. Like, the room is a big thing. Most people don't have enough room to have multiple arcade machines.
I would never have room for anything.
But the convenience, if you're a regular dude, even someone like me, I mean, these things are not easy to move. This is easy to move. But that Rush the Rock machine is 350 pounds. You need an army to move that. You know, sure, it's on wheels, but if you have stairs, you know, and those things are not getting any younger. They're not making them anymore. So if you need spare parts, you have to know how to work on electronics, how to repair stupid stuff, motors and things, to fix that kind of stuff.
Like
This
the
is
plot line of Wreck-It
convenient.
Ralph 2.
This is convenient because it's ready to go, except for 30, 40 screws. It's ready to go. You can get replacement parts, and it's just as much fun, quote unquote, as the full size cousins. So I understand the market that they're going for here. It makes sense. This is less niche than those are. Those full size arcades are very niche because you have to really love the hobby to get them. So I think they found a sweet spot in the market for stuff like this, and that's why it works. I'm going to keep this because it's fun, and I play it quite a bit. But I mean, I don't know if I'll get more. Quite frankly, I probably won't. I do love the Infinity Table. I'm going to continue to buy games on that as they release, and that's super fun for the whole family.
I'll give you $50 for it.
But I mean, my overall rating for the average consumer, I'd say it's fun. I think this is worth the money if you're into it. If you like these kind of games, racing games, this is probably a better buy than the Outrun machine because it's better games in my personal opinion. And the money you might stretch your money a little farther with the fun value.
I still say this is for a very, like, me and you grew up on arcades. Arcades are, they're not what they used to be.
Right.
So this is still like a small one. This is for, and I feel like people that are buying 1UP arcade machines they got to be closer to our generation. Like, I can't see somebody like our kids' age running out to get like an arcade. Oh, I remember this because they're so far and few.
But if you can buy a Pac-Man machine that has Pac-Man and whatever else, Donkey Kong or something on it, that's this size, and it takes up less space than your bedroom closet.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like it's still a niche, demographic. Because, like I said, I love video games. I loved arcades, but it's like I got a bunch of arcade games on my Switch.
So it's like the console and PC market, the Arcade1Up niche market, and then the market that I play in. The ultra niche, full size machine market. Yeah, so absolutely. I see what you're saying.
Fun fact, though, before we go on, you said that machine was 315 pounds?
350, roughly.
Oh, I was going to say. Because I was going to say that was my weight when we started the channel. Get it? Because I dropped 40 pounds.
Good man, good man.
I did it for you, Internet.
All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for this episode of Adventurers Guild Arcade. That was the Ridge Racer arcade machine. I moved the camera in a live shot, so you got to move over here to say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Hi. For more arcade videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. This is the Adventurers Guild, no longer the Adventurers Guild Arcade, because we do whatever we want.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you want to see me lift up that Ridge Racer machine like nobody's business, go ahead and comment below. And you want Steve to lift that one up by himself?
Comment twice.
That's right.
Yeah, because we need the analytical help.
Yeah, because they
click like, not dislike. Yeah.
Nobody dislikes videos anymore. Yeah, it's just not this thing. Do with it.
Okay, that's it for this video. We'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm just gonna cool walk up here like this, and be like, peace out.